What's going on, Packers fans? Aaron Nagler here with your Packers Daily Chat, coming to you live on the Cheesehead TV social channels. It is Thursday. The Packers taking on the Rams on Monday. They were back on the practice field today. We heard from Matt LaFleur. Guys talking in the locker room. We'll probably hear sound bites from Aaron Rodgers later this evening from his locker room session. Everyone on the roster practicing today, other than David Bakhtiari and Elton Jenkins, obviously, with Bakhtiari coming off the appendectomy. That's not a surprise. Elton Jenkins was listed with a knee and/rest, so you have to think they're just being cautious there. Nothing too concerning. Zach Tom will get an entire week of practice at left tackle heading into Monday night's game. That's exciting for the young rookie. Aaron Rodgers out there slinging it. We'll see how he performs on Monday night. It is Aaron Rodgers' time. It is time for him. I'm not going to say put the team on his back, but it feels like it's setting up for a classic Aaron Rodgers finish. And I'm not saying it's going to be 2016 run the table style, but just feels like he's getting healthy. They're getting their full complement of players back. First time they've had all 5 of their preferred guys at wide receiver up and practicing since week 2. So, I mean, the table is set. And the Rams, as I talked about on Beer and Ball earlier today, they're tough to run against. Even if Aaron Donald doesn't play, this is a tough team to run the ball against. And the Packers have, this season at least, needed to be able to run the football to be even competent on offense, let alone effective. But it feels like this is a game where it's going to be on Aaron Rodgers to find these receivers, to make plays with his feet, to get the ball out of his hands before that rush gets to him. I think he's up for the challenge, and I'm excited to watch it. This is what we live for. December football in Lambeau Field. Wouldn't want it any other way, and I'm really excited that I'm going to be in Green Bay this week. It's going to be so much fun. I arrive Saturday afternoon. Going to be there the night of the game. For those of you who may have missed it on Packer Transplants, I will be at the iHeart Radio station right outside the Resch Center about 3 hours before kickoff. The Plaza pit stop will not be open. The Resch people apparently didn't quite get everything they needed to get done when it comes to the fire marshal, because they were going to have a heated tent. But apparently that got shut down. So there won't be any more Plaza pit stops for the remainder of the regular season. I will be hanging out by the iHeartRadio guys 3 hours before kick, for 15, 20 minutes, hang out, say hi to people, listen to the guys, maybe do a hit from the radio trailer. But also, I'll probably be going inside to the Bart Starr Plaza tailgate experience. They've got a bunch of parties on inside. Unfortunately, you need a ticket for that. But they will have Carry the G, and I'm going to be drinking a bunch of it because God knows I can't get it here in New York. So I can't wait. Cannot wait for that. Also, let's give a shout out to our good friends over at Firecracker Farm, shall we? That's right. What's Firecracker Farm, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. It's a super high quality product made by a family brand. Firecracker Farm Hot Salt. You can go to firecracker.farm, use code CHTV for 25% off. The hot salt makes everything taste amazing. It's sea salt infused with Ghost, Trinidad Scorpion, and Carolina Reapers grown on their very own farm. You can elevate steak, pastas, and soups with savory heat. You can take your cocktails to the next level. Seriously, the best Bloody Mary or spicy margarita you'll ever have. A pinch is even amazing on fruits like pineapple or strawberries with honey. Go to firecracker.farm, use code CHTV for 25% off. A family brand, man. Come on. That's what we're all about here. Talk about Carry the G. Support independent people. We're trying to do like cool stuff like this. We love it. Love it. Hello to everybody in the comment section. So good to see everybody. Mike, yo, Nags. What's up? How you doing? Doxson's here. What's going on, Doxson? Samantha, hello. Question for you. Well, Samantha, that's why I'm here, to answer questions. So let me know. Nags, what is up, sir? Missed Corey, but did a great job on transplants. Hope he is feeling better. Carry the G. Scott, haven't talked to Corey today, but I would tell you he sounded like absolute garbage yesterday when we had a Cheesehead TV sync meeting earlier in the day. And I do remember thinking during the meeting was like, how is he going to do transplants? I mean, he sounded awful. So I was more than amiable to him missing out last night. I hope he's feeling better. I know he canceled one of our meetings this afternoon, so that doesn't bode well. I think he's probably, hopefully, at home getting some rest, as he should be. Party it up, Nags. Do the kids still say YOLO? I do not believe so, sir, but you are asking the wrong guy. What's up, Aaron H? How you doing? Nags, you the man. Thanks, Patrick. Wasn't the same without him, Derek. Tell me about it, man. I feel you. I absolutely feel you. It was weird to be doing a transplant show without Corey. No doubt about it. The iHeartRadio curse, bring back 620. Yeah, because 620 was definitely helping them win in the 70s and 80s. You are right on the money there, sir. iHeart's got nothing to do with it. Samantha, yeah, shoot your question. What's up? Coco, hello to everyone from Greece. My life has been super difficult the last 2 months, and sports and YouTube channels give me a smile. So a big thank you, guys. Coco, sorry to hear things are tough, but hello from New York. I hope Greece is treating you well. I've always wanted to go. I live in Astoria here in New York, and let me tell you, I know so many people with either Greek roots who are actually Greek and go back every summer. My friend Chris disappears basically for a month and a half every August and into September. So I'm insanely jealous that you're in Greece because I've always wanted to go. Dawson, do you think they move Rasul to safety next season and draft another safety? Whew, I don't know if both happen. I think one or the other is definitely a possibility, especially considering there's a possibility they move on from Adrian Amos. Certainly, you can't be counting on Darnell Savage. Yeah, I think there's a chance they move Rasul. I've seen that bandied about a lot. I know he took a handful of snaps there in camp this summer, but that was very much injury driven because they needed a body. I don't think it was a true look at putting him back at safety. Now, maybe they make that determination and maybe they go that route next year and through next offseason, but I definitely think safety is on their list, so to speak, the priority list. So, going into this draft, I don't think there's any doubt there. Why are so many people saying Rodgers on his way out after 2022? Is this true? After 2022? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I know, and I've talked about this a bit here on Packers Daily. I mentioned it after the game on Gut Reactions when he, at the podium, said, it takes commitment from both sides, et cetera. And that kind of started the wheel turning as far as the media narratives of, he could end up being traded. I will be absolutely shocked if he's traded. I'll be shocked if he does anything other than come back and start for the Green Bay Packers in 2023. But we'll see. We've got a long way to go. There will be a lot of speculation and a lot of guesswork, but ultimately it comes down to whether Aaron wants to come back and play another year. And I don't think that's a given. I think that he will undoubtedly think about retirement. I don't think he wants to be traded. I do think the best possibility, more probability, is that he comes back and he starts again. That's my guess. 49ers time tonight. Can't believe I'm saying this, but let's go Niners. Okay, let's dial back the enthusiasm. Yes, it would be nice to have a 49ers victory this evening. There, that's fine. I don't need exclamation points and rah-rah for the 49ers. Luke, thanks for the super chat, bud. This is for Send Me an Angel tonight. Enjoy tonight. Thanks, buddy. Yes, I'm DJing. I love in tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's mostly holiday themed, although I'm sure a couple hours in I will break from the holiday stuff and get into some other funk, disco, new wave, etc. It's going to be a lot of fun. I love it. Bomer, too. This is great. Aaron's retiring after they win the Super Bowl in February. Fair point. Fair point. I don't know why I didn't think of that. That's you've hit the nail on the head, sir. That's hilarious. He said he wants to finish with the Packers. Exactly, Rick. I think so many people are kind of either conveniently forgetting it or, maybe just truly forgetting it. But he had that conversation at his locker after he signed the first time we talked to him after he signed the deal this summer. And I remember Rob specifically asking about the possibility of still being possibly traded. Does this mean? And Aaron pretty much shut that down and said, no, this means I'm not playing anywhere else. This is it. I am tied to Green Bay for the remainder of my career. Now, things can change. I understand the NFL is not for long, and I get all that. But my sense is that he wants to either play or retire. He doesn't want to go start someplace else for a couple of years, even for a year or two, learn a whole new system, get used to a whole new bunch of guys, whole new way of working. He's at the end of his career. And he's certainly thought about what his life is going to look like post-playing days during retirement, which is an incredibly personal thing. I mean, I'm in no rush to say, okay, thanks, old man, get out the door. I mean, he can still sling it. He can still play at a super high level. I know his numbers have been down this year. You got to think that thumb has certainly affected much of his game. especially where he wants to put the football. I am very anxious to see what he looks like next year with these young receivers with a year under their belt. He is fully healthy. I think they could really do some damage, but there's a long way to go there. Him staying with the Packers isn't an exciting story. They definitely conveniently forget this in national media. Oh, Chris, 100%. No doubt about it. It's a lot more fun to speculate about where else he might play, to make, Photoshop swaps of him in other uniforms. But to me, like I said, he'll be in Green Bay or he'll retire. I just learned about Carry the G beer. You just learned about it, Tim? Welcome, my friend. Hopefully you're in Wisconsin and you can pick some up. Yes, there is only one type of Carry the G beer at the moment, the signature. Can I call it that? The signature cream ale. But we are, we've discussed possibly doing some other variations and or flavors, types, what have you. But for now, we're sticking with one. Carry the G. Available at fine establishments all throughout Northeast Wisconsin and Milwaukee and Madison. If you go to cheeseheadtv.com and you hit the beer tab at the top of the page, you'll find a list of all the places that carry it in Wisconsin. I will do the yeoman's work here. Don't say I never did anything for you guys. I'm throwing that link in the chat right now. So there you go. Just for you guys, where you can purchase Carry the G while you're in Wisconsin. Negs, I just played man coverage in Madden. 5 picks, baby. Come on, Barry. I hear you, Jonas, but you go up against somebody who knows what they're doing online, and they can pick that stuff apart. There's ways around man coverage. Can't do just man all the time. I wish we'd play a little more man, no doubt about that. But, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. Let's go Niners, said through gritted teeth. There you go, fun stuff. Now you're talking. Logan says, we are making the playoffs. I have foreseen it. I like it, man. I like your vision. Most hated Minnesotan, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Can't wait to see you all this weekend. Excited to try my first Carry the G. Absolutely, man. Like I said, 3 hours before kickoff, I'll be at the iHeartRadio trailer. The radio guys are out there broadcasting. I'll be there kicking it with them for like 15, 20 minutes. Make sure you come say hi. It's going to be a lot of fun. Sorry if you've been asked this multiple times. Do you think Elgton Jenkins will be seeking top tackle money or top guard money? I think he'll be seeking top money, period. There will no doubt be long conversations about what other tackles are making, what other guards are making, what centers are making, what offensive linemen are making across the board. Elgton is going to want to get paid. And there is little doubt that if he makes it to free agency, he will get a gargantuan contract. I mean, his versatility, his level of play, even with the kind of struggles he had at right tackle at times, coming off an ACL injury, certainly his reps will talk about, well, he's coming off an ACL injury. I think a lot of this will boil down to the Packers being able to give him enough money guaranteed up front to make it amiable to him to stick around. With the understanding that, yeah, you're probably leaving a little on the vine in free agency. I'm sure the agent will be chomping at the bit to get to free agency. I think a big part of it, though, will be, does Elgton want to stick around in Green Bay? Essentially. And we've seen guys do this before. They've signed, considerable for what ends up being considerably less than the open market with Bear to stick around in Green Bay. Corey Linsley did it back in the day. Devontae Adams has done it. There have been instances where this has happened, where guys sign deals and it's this trumpeted as this monster extension, and it usually is significant money. But within 3-4 months, you can see what a bargain it is comparatively to some of the silly money that gets thrown around in free agency. Now, maybe Elton's, absolutely dead set on hitting free agency and finding that insane money. And he very well could be, and he very well could. But I do think the Packers have done a really good job of, positioning themselves to make a pitch to say, we'll give you financial security. You're going to get the bag. We're just going to have to structure it in a way that makes sense for us and allows us a little maneuverability as the contract continues to grow. The cap continues to grow. It's set to basically maybe not explode in 2024, but it will increase significantly, which gives them some maneuverability in how they structure the contract. The pitch will be come here or stay here and win a couple, garner a few more All Pros in an offense that you know really well, and secure the bag right now. That will undoubtedly, and I think for the Packers side of things, they're going to want to like get it done sooner rather than later. The closer you get to free agency, the harder it's going to be to make that pitch and seal the deal. Also, you want to be able to, if they sign an extension, have some of that cap kind of count towards 2022. They would really like that. Have we ever done Cheesehead TV meetup / events in New York? Yes, Chris, we have. Usually centered around Kettle of Fish, which unfortunately this year they haven't been open inside. They have tents and they're doing all their kind of watching and collective stuff outside on the sidewalk and under the tents because they had fire in that building. The roof caved in essentially, and there was water damage all throughout the entirety of the building. And it was so bad that Patrick, the owner, was like, "Yeah, we're probably not going to make it open to the season," and they haven't been, which totally sucks. But that's where we usually have had both in season and in the off season / summer. We've had events there. We've had people kind of like just meetups, come talk some Packers, whatever. But we'll even without Kettle being open, we'll find something probably this offseason. I remember talking to Perry Goldstein about this last offseason. We never really made it happen, but hopefully this year we'll get back to it. What was your favorite Jack Heflin memory? Mine was his one tackle he had in his career last season. Oh, I don't know. I think he had some really nice plays in preseason as well. I'll never forget his rookie year as an undrafted free agent in a preseason game. He sniffed out a screen like a total champ. That was probably my favorite play he ever made. Trash can full of dirt. Adieu. A-Rock, thanks for the super chat. I think Rodgers wants to play through 2024, especially if they have a great season next year. He won't retire when Brady does. I know it's unpopular, but trading Love for picks could lead to a Super Bowl. It could also lead to letting your developmental quarterback, who you've invested 4 years in, out the door for someone else to go win with. I don't see the Packers doing that. And I feel you. I understand you. And I completely understand that kind of viewpoint, right? Like, but it does presuppose that Rodgers has a plan of playing through 2024. And I have zero idea if that is true. I would suspect that it is, and I take him at his word at this, is a year-to-year proposition. Maybe he ends up playing through 2024. It's a possibility. But I do think, it is, he's going to have to clear the hurdle of 2023 first, will be my guess. Nags, do you still pine for Danny Vitale wheel routes? No, now it's A.J. Dillon wheel routes. I've been waiting 3 years for it. Man, his rookie year, they ran him up the left sideline. He was wide open, and Rodgers went someplace else with the ball. I've been waiting for them to call that again since that day. Dorsey Levin style, man. I got visions of AJ up the left sideline diving into the end zone in the snow. Come on, Matt. Dial it up. I feel you, man. I feel you. I should do Bill Michaels once a week. I do iHeart twice a week. If Bill wants to pony up and pay me, sure, absolutely. How much will the QB room take up in cap space with Aaron Rodgers making $50 million and Love getting his fifth-year option money? A lot, Dawson, and it's highly unlikely that they would both be on the roster in 2024. In fact, it'd be pretty close to impossible to envision. Not impossible to do, because you could do it. You'd just have to be like threadbare every place else. Yeah, that will not happen. They can be on the roster in 2023 together. That can happen. But especially if they pick up that fifth-year option, that's it. One of them's got to go. No question about it. Jeff, thanks for the super chat. Hoping for 4 wins, but if not, who will sit and who will see additional snaps besides Love? I mean, you're assuming Love sees additional snaps. Who knows? Maybe Aaron wants to play, bump up those numbers a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I know he said he's been open to the conversation. So there's a possibility, yes, that Love sees a start or two if they are eliminated. But other than that, I mean, you're going to see Zach Tom. I doubt they'd bring Bakhtiari back if they're out of the playoff hunt. Hopefully we see a little bit more TJ Slayton, a little bit more Devontae Wyatt, get some of that youth served along the defensive front. I'd like to see that. But we'll see. Brandy says, if I were Love, I would ask for a trade. He just might. That was the impression that Jason Wilde and Rob Demoski got after talking to him. Every chance that happens, and I totally understand that thinking from his side of things and his viewpoint. His agent is probably like dying for them to trade him someplace where he can go play. I'm sure he wants to play, no question about it. But I did a whole video about this. It ain't show friends, it's show business. The Packers have his rights for one more year, especially if they pick up that fifth-year option. They got 2 years of control. I don't think they're just going to acquiesce to that. Now, if someone blows their doors off with an offer, a couple really high picks, they're not going to, hang up the phone. They'll definitely have that conversation. Those are all hypotheticals. We'll see. They're going to win 3 in a row and lose the 4th, aren't they? Patrick, why you got to be so negative, man? Why you got to bring us down, man? It's Thursday. Let's go. Big win on Monday night. All that matters is beating the Rams. That's all that matters, because then it's going to be Christmas. They're going to be playing the Dolphins down in Florida. We all know how great the Packers look in Florida. Well, now you've done it. Now you've depressed me. All right, I got to get going. I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out, talking Packers each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Cheesehead TV social channels. Please do me a monster favor. Hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and then tell your friends and tell your family. Cheesehead TV, we are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great night. Go Pack, go.